Okay, is everything working? I'm eating right now because I shoved a piece of chocolate into my mouth, which was right as everything crashed. It was when I was eating a piece of chocolate, so give me 1 minute and it will, give me a sec. 1 moment, if you please. Okay, so, oh, you were not supposed to see that? Okay. Okay, so, just to recap, OBS and VTube Studio, actually, both of them did just crash collectively. They both did at the same time. So, we're gonna go into the model review. I don't really know how to stitch the two videos, so I'll kind of recap what I said before in the first half before everything crashed, which I'll do after we do the model review. Bitrate is super unstable right now, so I'm hoping things are smooth sailing from here, or as smooth as they can be. So let's begin and hope nothing goes wrong. Question mark. So without further ado, we've got some shoes. You guys can see some of my shoes right now. I am very terrible at drawing shoes. I felt very bad when I sent this to my model artist because the shoes I sent them were not very good. But here are the shoes. And we'll go down a little more. Here you go. You guys can see. You guys can see the shoes. It'd be really funny if I just left it like this for the whole stream. This is all you guys got to see. All you got to see were the shoes, and that's it. I could be silly. I could do that, but I won't. Let you guys see a little more. Don't worry, guys. The ankles are partially covered. You guys don't have to worry about my ankles. They're kind of hidden. You don't need to worry about ankles. I will not flash ankles at you. I will be modest and nice about it, which is really funny for as I scroll up somewhere. Here are more of the legs. The holes in the pants were very intentional. Don't worry, guys. They were not ripped by accident. I have chosen. Wasn't like I ripped them by accident, never repaired them. These are intentional. I meant to have these holes in the pants. Trust, as my grandma wants to call these holy pants. They're not holy pants. Well, they are, but they're also not. So, don't worry about it. It's not important. Yeah. So, you guys can see a tail. I do have a tail. Which, being a dog, I would have one. Ideally. I know some breeds don't, but don't worry, guys. I do, though. Look. Oh. So what's going on with my pants? Where they're disconnecting. Did you see them disconnect like that? Am I the only one that saw them disconnect? You can also see hands too. We're gonna zoom in on the hand first. This is the only time I'm ever gonna have my nails painted. Being an artist, having my nails painted isn't like the easiest thing in the world to have. This is the only time I get to have my nails painted. I don't even think in the original sketch they were painted. I think my artist just gave me painted nails. Okay, we've got some thighs. You get to see the rest of the tail. I feel so sad that part of that stream was cut out, but I'll recap everything that I talked about there as I stated earlier. So if you missed the first half of the stream, I will be kind of going over it again after we do the model review and refer to slides, and just give a debrief as to what led to this. So I feel like some people might be confused, so I'll talk about that in detail. I might forget some things I said in the first half, but it all comes from the same place. So we'll go down. You guys ready for this? Something comes off. The question is what? You guys can see the belt and the shorts. This is something I would wear IRL to some degree, so yeah. I'll put the sleeves back on. You guys will see more of the nails in my short tail. But look at the detail on the belt. The belt is so cute. It's so cute. We're gonna go very slowly now, so you guys can see the waist, see the little straps, and then tummy. There's thighs. I have given you guys everything I could give you. You have it all. Don't worry. I would not let you guys suffer. We're getting close. Look at the tummy. My artist did such a good job on shading that stomach. I'm jealous. I could never. Look at the belt. Focusing on the belt, guys. It's really funny. My friend, she's not a VTuber. She's not into VTubers. She didn't really know about the Draco physics, so I surprised her yesterday with it, and she did not like it. Her favorite part of the model, and she told me her favorite part were the ears. She loves the ears the most. So I'm curious to see what your guys' favorite part of the model is. I do have. Let me remember what the channel points I had were. I do have a Booba zoom in, and I hope you guys are ready for Whiplash, because there will be Whiplash soon. And here's it with and without the jacket. I do have my favorite part of the VTuber model, which I'll be zooming in first. I'll be zooming in later. It's gonna be really awkward zoom in. So you've been warned. But here we are. See a little bit of the Whiplash there. We're gonna be really zoomed in, so I hope you guys are excited for this. Do we want to go up? Go up a little bit. Here's without the jacket. Here's with the jacket on. You guys get to see my badges. I have the Yuri pin and I have the bi flag. I am bi, and I do love Yuri, so I gotta represent both communities. And you guys get to see the jiggle physics. I hope you guys are happy. I hope you feel blessed that I have graced you with that. What if we just stayed here? What if we just didn't go anywhere? What if I just kept you all here? We'll go down a little more. I have to like keep my head up, because if I look down, then everything will be revealed. Here's it without the jacket. Are you guys happy? Is this what you've wanted in life? Is this what you wanted? This might just be my most revealing model yet, but I'm very happy with this model. Alright guys, the face. The face might be last. Actually, no, we got a little more before we get to the head. Are you guys ready? Or should I just like never give you that reveal? Do I just keep it to myself? I think I should keep it to myself. What if I kept it to myself and I never showed you guys? What if I never went down? But if I just stayed this way forever, I'll feel nice. Oh, you guys get to see something. You guys get to see something. Wow. Hi, chat. Here's my friend's favorite part of the model, the ears. You guys get a little close up. Let's get a little close up with the ears, which is my friend's favorite part. Do you guys like the ears too? Are you guys a fan of the ears? Do the ears make you happy? How do we feel? How do we feel about ears? What if I just hid? What if I only gave you guys the ears? Would you guys be happy if you only got to see the ears? Or do you want to see my face too? Ears or face? Ears or face? Which one do y'all prefer? Alright, let me zoom out. Let me show you guys the full model. So here it is. Here I am in all my glory. And then I can take the jacket off. Or I can put the jacket back on. Off. Or on. Do you guys have a preference between jacket on or jacket off? You know what, maybe I'll ask Twitter. Maybe I'll see which one Twitter prefers, jacket on or jacket off. So, that's really the only toggle I have. But let me talk about my favorite part of the model. Are you guys ready to see my favorite? Ready to see my favorite part? My favorite part are my badges. These are my favorite part of the model. Are my badges. Simply because it has my flag. It has my pride flag on there. And it has a Yuri pin, which I have. It's heart-shaped and it's in my Ida bag. Because I bring the Yuri with me wherever I go. But this is the model. The artist did such a great job. I love everything about this model. I love how it turned out. I really have the rigging to everything was just so well done, and I'm so stunned. This is definitely it helped that this was very much in my budget. Nothing about this was really hard to pay for, which made me really happy because sometimes it can get really expensive. I'm really glad this is budget friendly for me, at least, because commissions have been somewhat slow lately. So as I discussed earlier, I was gonna kind of talk about the rebranding that was in part 1 that got cut out, just so I can repeat it so people can hear it, just because part 1 won't be tuned in, just because it's really hard for me to connect the two. But going into the rebrand, I've had many rebrands in the past. I'm sure those who have followed me for a while might know about it. I mean, if you just look at my clips, you'll see a lot of different models. And the reason for it, the hardest part about being a VTuber has not been streaming consistency for me. I've learned that I may not be the most consistent, and that's just what works for me as a person. My stream schedule, I have adapted to work for me and what works best for me as a person, which I'm happy with, and I have no regrets with that. However, the hardest part has been sticking to something that feels me. And sometimes when I go to school, it really allows me to think what I want to do, what I want to be, and the direction I want to go as a person. And it was more so this winter quarter, which was, I'm trying to think, it was January to March. I took a class about branding, and basically you do all these different things to make a brand. You do mood boards, you do websites, you do logos, you do this whole thing, you do brand reels. Everything about branding is what you do. And the hardest part for me is figuring out what I wanted to do, because I had the VTuber brand Harn, And I had Al, which I decided for drawing. Um, and I had two identities, and I was torn between the two. Because I love both of them oh so much, and I poured my heart and soul into both of them. But it was at this point that I realized that I kind night. It was at this point that I realized I kind of needed to pick one. Sorry about that. I was saying goodnight to my dad. He was yelling goodnight to me. I had to say night back. But it was at this point that I realized that I needed to pick a brand. And so I decided to go with L because I have so many socials. And a lot of them were connected by the name L, which, if you don't know, means blue. And blue is, if you can't tell, my favorite color. And so it's really just about deciding on something. And as I went through the process, website, logo, mood board, all of it just came together very cohesively, and it very felt me. Let me shrink this image. And so during the process, I decided to kind of try designing a model. This is really just a hypothetical. I was like, what if I rebranded? What if? What if? And so that would have produced this design, and I love it. As you can tell, I've kept a lot, such as like the hair color. It's really just the dog features and hair color are what I kept. It was like this felt right for me, but it was a matter of just fine tuning everything so it truly felt me, which in my opinion was just getting the fashion and everything right, because the way I dress, I'm very much like a very casual person how I dress. Pajama pants, I'll wear pajamas to class, jeans, baggy t-shirts, sweatpants, cropped baggy t-shirts. It's just a ton of baggy clothes. And pajamas, a ton of pajamas. I'm legit in a Chikawa shirt and Mean Girls pajama pants right now. So it's very much comfy, and I wanted something that would embrace that, which is how we got to here, how we got to this design. Now, would I wear something like this? Probably not. At least I wouldn't wear the top. I'd probably wear the shorts though. I'd most likely wear the shorts with a baggy shirt. And I love the pants. But I wanted something that felt like me, and I think I hit that goal. I'm very happy with how this looks, and I feel like this hits me. And when I showed my friend the model, and she was like, "This is you," and I was like, "Oh my god, you're so right." So without further ado, I'm gonna switch us over to the just chatting. I'm gonna switch us over to the presentation. Okay, here we are. Presentation. I'm gonna move myself a bit so I'm not blocking it as much. I would hate to block your view, but here are the presentations. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the chat on my phone just so I can see the messages. Give me one sec. Let me pull this up. Let me put this against my mug. Okay, let me get back into Google. So these are my debut slides. So a bit about me. I'm sure you guys already know a lot about me, but this is just for reinforcement out there. Hello, my name is Elle. I'm a VTuber and a freelance artist who likes to draw anime style illustrations. I love to draw cute girls. If you have a cute VTuber models that you want drawn, please commission me on my VGen. I love to draw cute girls. I also do concept art, I do model art, I do Minecraft skins, overlays, I do a ton of stuff. So honestly, just shoot me a DM on any platform, and I'm more than happy to ask you questions. Even if I don't offer the service, just feel free to ask, and I most likely will accept because I'm always down to try something new. Like I said, my name is Elle, which, fun fact, it translates to blue, which is why I picked it, because blue is my favorite color. When I was a kid, all I ever wanted to do was to dye my hair blue, which didn't really work out because I'd have to bleach my hair, and that damages my hair. But now I'm looking to dye my hair calico, so still bleaching it. I've bleached it before, but my height, I like to think I'm 5'3". TBH, I don't remember my exact height. I'm between 5'2" and 5'3". Because every time I go, it's a little different, so I genuinely don't remember. My age, it's dog years. Dog years, that's all I will say. My birthday is October 2nd, and the only language I can speak is English. I only know how to speak English. I have taken Spanish and French in the past, but I don't remember any of that. I'm trying to learn Japanese because I'm going to Japan. And I'm trying to learn Korean, but I don't really count either of them as a language that I know how to speak because even then I barely know how to speak it. So the mascot, you guys really can't see the mascot yet. I was gonna put in an image and I forgot, but you guys are the Outpaws. They're a little slime dog. I don't have a photo on me, so I will have a photo. I will post everything. I will be making a rough sheet and you will see the mascot on the rough sheet. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna hopefully get that done sometime along with debut merchandise, which I'm hoping to get done soon too. So my goals, I'd love to publish an art book at some point. This art book will be a little different from others. I'm very inspired by I don't remember what they're called, but I have two versions of this art book, and instead of being dedicated to one artist, they pick a ton of, I think it's Pixiv, but they pick a ton of artists and they each get like a page. And that's the kind of thing I would love to do. I'd love to get hired to work as an artist from my Oshis. Um, I would just love to work for any VTuber, really. I love when VTuber clients reach out to me, whether it's designs, model art, or illustrations. I love to work for VTubers. VTubers are just such genuinely sweet people, and I love chatting with them. I think some of my favorite commissions are designing VTuber models. I'm currently working with a client right now to design one, and it's just such a blast. And my goal, I would love to do meet and greet icons. I do Artist Alley, but I don't really publish. I don't really do much of those just because I go with my parents, just for privacy reasons. I will be going to a convention. They haven't started selling, but I've been there 2 years and I plan to go third year. And I will be without my parents for that one. So maybe then I can publish that or post about it a little bit more that I don't have to worry about my parents. So we'll see. We'll see if we get close to that. I get very nervous when I'm actually meeting people IRL. So, and my favorite foods, I think this for the most part has been relatively the same since last time. My favorite foods don't change. I love pancakes. Whenever I go somewhere for breakfast, I will either order an eggs benedict or I'll order pancakes. I will only really eat chocolate chip pancakes. It's my ride or die. I can never get sick of chocolate chip pancakes. Radish soup is a huge comfort food for me. I'd eat it at my grandma's or I'd eat it at my Harmony's for New Year, and then my mom learned to make it. But it's a comfort food and something I'll always eat. And I love Korean birthday cake. Just for reference, Korean birthday cake is this one here. It's a rice cake. It's colored rice cake. It's super good. Usually when we get it, we'll steam it first, kind of make it softer. Because sometimes when you get it from the store, it's hard. And then my last is a chicken parm. I love it with penne. Actually, funny thing is, I had it for dinner today. I especially love the one my dad makes. My dad makes some of the best chicken parm I've ever had. Hands down. I will fight you over that opinion. Chicken parm for me is it's chicken, cheese, and pasta. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I feel like there's really like no way to mess that up, unless the pasta is not cooked all the way or the chicken's not cooked at all. Quote unquote, dining hall. Anyway, let's not throw shit at my dining hall because well, actually no, I can't because I'm not living there next year. I'm living off campus where I'm making my own food and I can stream whenever I want. I don't have to worry about my neighbors because my roommates are all chill with it, which I'm super excited for. Alright, my likes. This is I could do like 20 slides of these if I wanted to with likes. I love shoujo. I have a shoujo shelf right now. I think it's Something Otaku Vampire Love Bite, Oron, Fruits Basket, Kami-sama Kiss, Yonata Dawn, all the good ones. All the good ones are there. Oron is my comfort show. Whenever I'm sick, I will usually watch Oron, because I'll just sit to it, watch it till I fall asleep. Second is Caleb from Love and Deep Space. I do have a dedicated Caleb Ida bag. They have fallen off like little board things. I gotta put them back on. But I remember Animazing this past year. The hello, all you are. Thank you. Hold on. Let me zoom out for you real quick. Let me. Oh wait, wait. The chat box is working. This is Oh, it disappeared, but it was working. This is a miracle. I didn't think it was gonna work. Let me zoom out real quick. So here's the full model, and we can take the jacket off, or we can leave the jacket on. I prefer the jacket on because I have my badges on there. Got my Yuri badge, which I have on my Ida bag, and I have my Bai badge. And then I love, as I said, I love Caleb from Love and Deep Space. He may be a red flag, but it's okay. I'm fine with that. I've accepted my fate. Does he like his sister? Yes, but you know what? That's his sister. I'm not his sister. So it's fine. She looks great. Thank you. Me too. Hold on. Let me move chat above my head. We're gonna make chat bigger too. Oh, we're just gonna put you guys right. You know what? I don't even know. We'll put you guys here. It might be in the way, but this is the best way I can see you guys while also having my phone. But that's besides the point. Thank you. I also love history. I'm a huge history nerd. Let me pull up. This has been my obsession since middle school with the YouTube channel Overly Sarcastic Productions. They do kind of history videos, mainly mythology. They also do deep dives into things. They've done Marvel, they've done so many Superman videos, they've done Castlevania. They do a ton of stuff, and I live for every single video they make. I also love my Oshis. I have so many Oshis. I'm super excited. My aunt was recently in Japan, and I asked her to get me Hololive Friends with You. I sent her, who did I send her? I sent her Raiden from Read Laws. I sent her Oli from ID, and I sent her Narissa. And I especially asked for Narissa, and I'm going there like next week or the week after. So I'll be finding out soon which Hololive one I got, and she can sit on my shelf because I currently have Suisei and Bibu. They're right next to each other on my shelf. And when we were making our Japan itinerary, I was like, no matter what I don't care what we do, we need to go to the Hololive store. I gotta get merch of my Oshi, Narissa, Rarora, Suisei, and Marine. I love to draw. If you guys can't tell, I love drawing. As if my last streams I've done have not been all drawing. Yeah, I would not guess that I love drawing. I mean, I'm at art school, and I like to draw crazy, you know? It's insane to think that I like to draw. I also love doom scrolling in bed. Alright, before this, like, my college routine would be wake up, doom scroll, get food, go to my classes, doom scroll, take a nap, wake up, doom scroll, do homework, get food. I doom scrolled like my life. I think that's the only reason I survived so long. TBH, I think that's the only reason my mental state is so great, because I took so many breaks and I doom scroll. And I would doom scroll. And I doom scroll. And I would keep doom scrolling. All I did was doom scroll. There's nothing beats doom scrolling in bed. That's just such a peak activity, you know? Dislikes. There's not as many dislikes, or at least I don't really put them out there. I hate insects, ladybugs, but it does not matter. I hate every form of insect. The only insect I like is Matara, the V2. The only insect I will get around is Matara, the indie V2. I almost said V2. The indie VTuber Matara is the only insect I will approve of. I also hate onions and cucumbers. Specifically those two birds. The only time I'll eat a cucumber, and even then it's rare, are kimchi cucumbers or pickled cucumber. I don't really know what you call it, but they're just cucumbers and like the kimchi like paste thingy. I don't really know what they call that, but the stuff they make to make kimchi taste like kimchi, they'll do that with cucumbers too. The only time I eat cucumbers are when they're like that, and even then that's rare. I hate math. Need I say more? Need I say more? I hate math. I think when I took math, a winter quarter, I struggled to keep my 80 in that class. I was fighting for that 80 like my life depended on it. I was fighting like life and death just to pass with an 80. That's how much I hate math. I despise math. My least favorite part about tabling and conventions is having to do math. And I hate suspense, surprises, all that. I'm terrible at suspense. Um, I can't watch outfit reveals by some of my Oshis because I hate the suspense of just sitting there and waiting to see the full thing. So I purposely won't tune in for those, and I will wait till they're over so I can skip it and see the final result. Because I don't like waiting, suspense, waiting, all that. I don't know. The only time I can get through it are sometimes horror movies, because sometimes, it's funny. But other times, usually the only thing that like freaks me out horror movies is the suspense. I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. I sometimes, if it's bad, I will skip through it. If I can skip, I'll skip through it. Alright, favorites. This is very outdated. I made this a while back. So, my favorite anime, I love Ouran High School Host Club, Horimiya, Kaiju number 8, Kami-sama Kiss, Idolish 7, and Tamon's B-side. I'm gonna go through my favorites from each one too. I'm gonna pull up their names too, just so I don't butcher it. So from Ouran, I love Mori, and I love Haruhi. Those are my two favorites. Hold on, let me look up. I'm just making sure I don't butcher any names. Okay. I love... Let me just make sure my worst fear is that I'm gonna butcher a name. I'm sure you guys know the fear of butchering a name. Because that's my fear. I love Mina Ashiro. She is drop dead gorgeous. I love Soshiro Hoshina. There's one more. I gotta find him on the list. I gotta find him. Hold on. Oh my god, not Alejandro Saab. He haunts me. He's everywhere. Alejandro Saab is wherever I go. Where is this man? I'm looking for him. Oh, Gen Narumi. It's the last one. I was like, where is this man? I was trying to find him. He was like at the very bottom. And then with Horimiya, obviously Hori and Mia. And then I love the president of the club. I love Remy. There's really no one from Horimiya that I hate. It's just Statcast. I love Miyamura. Kami-sama Kiss, Tomoe. Need I say more? Tomoe. I don't think I need to say anymore. Nanami and Tomoe. Chef's kiss. If I ever get Tomodachi life, I'm putting myself with Tomoe. No thoughts about that. And then Idolish 7, Gaku. I have a little Gaku Nui, and he comes with me everywhere. On all my trips, I'm bringing Gaku. I love Gaku. I would love to do Gaku Eat It Back. I also love Tamaki from Idolish 7. It's really funny because when I watched with my friend, they assigned everyone a nickname. Riku was Beyblade. Iori was Minor DNI. Leon's name, Iori's younger brother, was Bacon Hair. Yamato was Collard Greens. I'm blanking. What's his name? Tamaki was Letty B. I'm blanking. The blonde guy was Chika. I just blanked on his name. But we had a nickname for everyone. I don't remember what triggers were. Yuki was Dead Mom. And Momo was Chopped. I was so mad about that. I was like, Momo's not chopped. I think they don't like Kujo-ten. And they don't like Iori. And they don't like Mitsuki either, which is Iori's brother. I think Gaku and Inosuke's name were from Afmao, I think, but I've never seen that, so I really don't remember. Favorite games, I love in Deep Space. I don't think I have it installed right now. Usually if I need to delete something for storage, it's Love in Deep Space. Genshin Impact. I'm hoping to stream Snezhnaya when it comes out. I was gonna stream the last Archon Quest, but I got too impatient, so I played it before I got back. Uma Musume, Battle Black Theater, Road to Empress. I am waiting for part 2. I know they're making a second one, and I know it's in filming. I'm just waiting for that second part, because I'm gonna be hooked on that when it comes out. Fake Grand Order. I've never actually finished the game, but I love the Fate series, and I've watched someone do a deep dive lore on everything for Fate. So I've covered every singularity from Fate. It's what I listen to when I sleep. I'm listening to it right now, and I just finished Babylon, so I'm moving on to the final singularity, which I'll be listening to tonight. And then Cookie Run Kingdom is very off and on for me. I love Eternal Sugar Cookie. The club I'm in did a scrapbooking day, and I did Eternal Sugar Cookie. My favorite artists are Phantom Sita, Suisei, Narissa, Alex Warren, who I'm seeing in concert when I come back from California. I'm super, super excited for that concert. Luffy, Ada, Bikomachi, and I love Regloss. Regloss, in terms of music, is some of my favorites for Hololive. I don't really follow Regloss as much, though I do love Raiden. I love all the members of Regloss equally. I miss Alkun, which is funny. I didn't really think about that until after I decided on the name L. But here we are. Continuing, I've got my Kami Oshis. I just had to send all 3. I have so many though. Narissa Ravencroft. This woman. As much as I love Narissa, whenever I draw her, she never looks beautiful. I don't know why. Narissa is just so hard to draw compared to like other VTubers I've drawn. I have loved Anna Alouette. She's what really got me to find a cameo. She has been Anna Alouette. I've been following her since forever. And then Calyx Debonair. I don't really follow male VTubers. I follow Kenan Crow, I follow Shoto, and I follow Senzi every now and then. But Calyx has really solidified there. Some honorable mentions include Barbara Panthera from Justice and Pippa Pipkin from FaZe. I love Pippa. Whenever I get people into VTubers, I always show them Pippa, Michi, and Shoto. Because I feel like those 3, they're such good VTubers to get into. Speaking of VTubers, while he's not really known for VTubing, Jonas Scott is going to be at a convention. I'm trying to table that, and even if I don't table, I'm going to go. So super excited. I'm hands down, I'm going to get that autograph from Jonas Scott. I will die for that autograph, guys. I mean it. I will meet Jonas Scott. So some extra things. My Oshi mark. It's a pen and a paw print. My live tag is Owl Live. Fan art is Owl Art. And general tag is Owl Draws Blue. I'm gonna be fair with you guys. I always forget to use my own tags. I always forget that I have these tags. And so I'm hoping to do better and use my tags because I have them. I just need to remember to actually use the tags, which I'm very bad at remembering. So hopefully I remember. We're going to some of the credit. So first off, design was made by me, and then the model artist was Finket. I'm going to actually pull up their Twitters after we go through the slides. I'm going to show you guys their Twitters so we can look at their amazing, beautiful work. And then the rigger is Koi Jellyfish. I don't know if they're on Twitter, though I do know they're on VGen. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up their Twitter so I can show you guys their amazing work and their Twitter so you guys can check out my beautiful model artists who will be tagged in my bio after stream today. Give me one moment. So I just realized I was muted for that. But you got to see, okay? You got to see. You guys should have told me I was muted. Why did no one say I was muted? If anyone was muted, I would have shoved that thing of chocolate into my mouth instead. You guys get a little, like, mukbang. Oh my god, get out. It's like stork. And whenever I come home, my parents will, like, oh, goods. No. No. Oh, wait. This is my chance to fix the chat box on here. It's my chance. This is my chance to fix. Oh, that's way too big. My chance to fix. Oh, no. Disappeared. Whenever I come home, this, like, always for me means so much. My parents will leave, like, a little sweet treat or something. Oh, no. The chat box. I just really quickly went on Streamlabs, copied the link, and pasted it in. Whenever I come home, my parents will leave, like, some kind of thing. Like, when I came home from spring break, there was a Valentine's Day thing for me. When I came back from Halloween, there was Halloween chocolate. When I came back from this trip, there was an Easter present on my bed. They will just put on my bed on my nightstand. And it always means so much to me. I love just coming back to these little sweet treats. Especially because I'm fighting for survival at school. It's like survival of the fittest at my college. And that's really just in terms of dining hall food. My school is notorious for not cooking their chicken. Like, I remember freshman year, I was so scared to get the chicken. And then this year, they shamed you for if you got too much food. Like, me and my friend, we got a lot of food. I said it's stuff we liked at the dining hall. And they, like, started judging us for it. And we're like, oh, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be eating that much. And we're, like, being real judgmental. And we're just, like, standing there. We're like, God forbid a person wants to eat. Like, what if I want to be a big bag like Usagi? I say that as there's an Usagi on my desk. I love Usagi. I love Chikawa. Hence my Chikawa shirt. You just can't go wrong with Chikawa. But yeah, this turned out so cute. And like, eating food. But I love the jacket. I think I'll find this out. I have a choker. It's like a different shade of blue than everything else. There's a little choker. I always forget that choker's there. I took a nap today. I took a nap so I'd be more active in the evening. But then I remembered the doom that awaits me. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. And then, but on the bright side, I have a hair appointment this week. I'm getting my hair dyed, which I'm super excited for. Normally, I get it cut every chance I get, but I got my hair cut really short last time I got it cut, which was, I think, during spring break that I got my hair cut. It hasn't been that long. It's getting long, but it's like manageable. So I just want to get it colored. Ooh, oh no, not the dentist. Ooh, what color? I'm also going to a different dentist. I've gone to this dentist office before and I had such a bad time, so I put my foot down, like, I'm not going to this dentist. So they switched me over to a different dentist. Unfortunately, this one was not covered by our insurance, so I'm being switched back to the one that is covered by our insurance. But I don't like them. It's been 2 years, so hopefully things are much better. But I'm thinking calico. Thinking about doing calico. Let me open up Pinterest. Let me find calico hair dye. Gotta move the mic slightly. Ooh, hold on. I want to save this to my Pinterest board. This is such a pretty cosplay reference. And there we go. Whenever I eat, I always get hiccups. Like, I'll eat and then I'll get hiccups or I'll get a cough. Like, 2 and 2, it always happens to me. That's the fate I live. Let me find a good example of kind of what I'm looking at. So, well, I'm looking at that. I'm trying to find, like, okay, this was the image I saved to my camera roll. Let me switch this back over. This is kind of what I'm looking at, and it's mainly because I already have, like, dark hair. Naturally, my hair is that dark, so I would just need to lighten it, and ideally I just need to bleach it, and then color the bleach. So, realistically, I already have the dark parts. I just need to lighten it. So, this is kind of what I'm thinking. My friend has calico too, and I thought it was super cute. And the other reason, my dad was like, you should color your hair blue. And I was like, well, blue doesn't stay in my hair. Because I've dyed my hair blue before, and it's like washed out the next day. So he's like, but if you do red, you can have an alter ego. I see, it's interesting. I like the pattern in the hair. Me too. I don't understand why it's called calico, but it's super pretty. But he was like, if you dye your hair red, you can have an alter ego. I'm like, I'm not doing an alter ego. He's like, you can have an alter ego that tortures people. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? Why would I have an alter ego that tortures people? And like you, this is the same dude. I've got my dad. The only way I can get my dad to watch One Piece is if we watch the One Piece live action. And so we started watching live action. And so I asked my dad, I'm like, would you be a pirate or a marine? Because we started season 2 and we just got out of Whiskey Peak. And so I asked him when we were at Logue Town, and I was like, would you be a pirate or a marine? He said he'd be a pirate. And I was like, okay, if you're a pirate, what would you do? He's like, well, I'd beat up the captain and I'd take over the crew. And I was like, oh, okay, Dad. Glad to know if you had the choice, you'd be a criminal. I had, like, no words. I was like, oh, okay. I see how it is. Good for you, Dad. I love that my dad wants to beat up people and take over the crew and be a criminal. You know what? That fits my dad. I showed him a video. It's in the UK, but it's like a cheese rolling contest, and you roll down a hill. I don't know why you just roll down a hill, and I showed it to him. I was like, Dad, what would you do? He's like, I'd sit at the bottom and hold up spikes, so they could impale themselves. I'm like, oh, okay, Dad. It's starting to fit. Now I see where I get my violent tendencies from. It wasn't because I played Call of Duty as a wee little child because my brother liked it. It's because I had to grow up around my dad. I get it now. I truly get it. I see where it all makes sense. It all makes sense. I can connect everything back to my dad. Oh, yes, I saw that, yeah. I think if you get to the bottom first, you get the wheel. Yeah, well, according to my dad, if you get to the bottom, he's gonna stab you with a pitchfork. Or like stakes or spears, the whole thing. But it was just so funny. Because I saw that at first, I was like, oh my god, this can't be real. And then the other thing, I'm gonna find a place for my chocolates. Because we're having people come over to, like, we have like, it's worth it for the cheese. I would just go to the supermarket and I'd buy a thing of cheese. Me personally, I would just go buy cheese from the supermarket. I ain't rolling down a hill. Fall quarter this year in October, actually funny thing. On my birthday, I fell down a flight of stairs. I've fallen once. I don't want to fall again. Not happening. No. Another thing I've been really into recently. I have been really into true crime. Today I watched Comic Chris. I watched a video about Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, I knew about the name, but I never really knew the details. So it was me, 8 a.m., watching a documentary. But I have been so into true crime lately. It's been this whole thing. Because I've always liked the crime shows. I like Criminal Minds. I love SWAT. I need to watch Law and Order. I have not seen it yet. You know, like those TikTok accounts that will like me upload videos and it's like part 1, part 2, part 3. For some reason they always do Law and Order. I always get so fascinated because Law and Order did a VTuber episode. I don't know if you knew that they did an episode of VTuber. They hired like an artist and a rigger. It was this whole thing. And I was like, and I only watched that episode and then I quit partway through. And I was like, oh my god, I can't sit through this. I feel like I need to watch Law and Order. Post stream, I might watch some, but first, after stream, I'm gonna get ready for bed, and I'm gonna post everything I need to. Nope, was not aware of that. Hold on, let me find it. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go on Twitter and see if I can find it. It probably won't take me that long to find it. I've mastered the art of finding things on Twitter, guys. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. There's nothing I can't find on Twitter. Hold on. Yeah, we'll do this post. Let me switch over. Window capture. Slide you over. Yeah, so this is a thing. It was a thing they had. They did have a VTuber Law and Order. They hired someone just for it. There's another photo if we scroll down. Yeah, so there's a ton of stuff. And if you keep scrolling, obviously I'm not gonna play the sound, but obviously we're not gonna play the sound, but yeah, it's this whole thing. I don't remember what the episode is called, but oh jeez, that's weird. Yeah, I knew some people didn't like it. I think it was a whole thing in the VTuber sphere. Now, I was at college, so all I really did was I just kind of watched it. I think I got through halfway through the episode and I was like, oh my god, like, I can't sit through this. It's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm not strong enough for this. I'm not a strong enough soldier for this. I wouldn't say it was necessarily bad. I just don't know if I like seeing VTubers in Law and Order. I mean, props to them for hiring an artist and a rigger. I will give credit where credit's due. I'm happy that they did hire people for it. Because there's so many free models and stuff online. So I'm very glad that they did hire someone. And I feel like the care did go into that. I think the artist behind it did, like, they did post it on Twitter, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, Densetsu. There's a premiere in 30. Oh my goodness. So gonna have to tune in on that. I love Densetsu. I'm a huge Fantome fan. You can't tell that I love idol VTubers. I do love VTubers. Guess they're trying to bring in younger audience. Maybe seems like the horse anime thing. Girl singing at the base. Yeah, you're right. Umamusume, Gura. But even then, I know Iron Mouse has done some collabs in the US. Speaking of collaborations, I'm super excited for a collab that's coming up. It's not VTuber themed, it's Starro. With Starro's doing a collab with Kuro Sushi. Normally, I wouldn't be able to go to any of these collabs because nothing is in where I live in the South. There's not a single VTuber thing where I live in the South. The most I get is conventions, and even then, I think the first time they're having a VTuber guest is Charlotte Queen City Anime Con, which I'll be going to either as I'll either be going as an attendee or as an artist. That's TBD. I'm on the wait list, so I'm waiting to get in. But Jonah Scott's gonna be there, And technically, Jonassica is a VTuber, so technically they are gonna have a VTuber guest. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take a win where I can. Um, I remember going to Anime Expo, and I was so excited to see a Hololive booth, and I spent the entire day with COVID. Well, at the time I didn't know I had COVID, but I spent the whole day walking around. I was like, "There's no Hololive. They didn't have a booth at AX." It was so traumatic. Oh, that sucks. We had some stuff in Chicago, I think. But I assume Texas. Yeah, Texas has a Girl Sushi. They have Kikanoa. Um, I know Texas has the Windbloom. They have a Genshin convention in, I think, Dallas. My friend was telling me about it because she met Cafe Xavier. But I'm in California during FaceCon, and I tried so hard to go to FaceCon, but it doesn't work. It's like a 4 to 6 hour drive from where we're staying. So unfortunately, I can't go to FaceCon. I'm so sad about that. But I went to Anime Expo last summer, which was super fun. I mean, I wasn't a fan of how they did AX compared to when I used to go, but it wasn't terrible. Was it the best? No. But I thought some things could have changed. I also probably didn't hope that I was sick when I went, but my fever went away the day of. So yeah. The Honkai Star Rail is doing collab with Kura Sushi. The only thing I know is it's during the summer. I know the Kura Sushi location opens during the summer, and I know the Star Rail collab is soon. I'm just waiting for some kind of details. I already got permission from my parents to go to it, which I was very surprised about because my dad only likes to eat high quality raw fish. We went to like this restaurant where I go to school, and is it like Michelin star? No, but it's pretty decent. And he did not like it. And so, I don't know if you know, but Kura Sushi is a revolving sushi place. So I was so convinced he was going to say no. He's going to be like, no, this is terrible quality. We're not going. But he said yes. And I was overjoyed when he said yes. Because I love Star Rail right now. Star Rail is doing a round 1 collab. There is a round 1 arcade. It's just 2 to 3 hours away from where I live. So it's a long drive to go to it'd be a long drive just to go to a bowling alley. Ooh, it sounds like sushi on there. Yeah, that's what it is. I went to, I think, yeah, I went to one when I was in Texas. I think I went to Texas. When did I go? I think I went over the summer because when I was there, I was watching the All for One concert day one. I bought the streaming ticket an hour before the concert started because my parents were gone for the night because they had to do they were there for someone's birthday, and obviously I wasn't invited. So I was sitting in the hotel room eating a sprinkles cupcake that I accidentally dropped on the ground. So it was already kind of like lopsided watching the whole live concert. And so, but the day before we went to Kikanoa. We went to do Decoden. So I did a Decoden phone case. And then we went to get conveyor sushi. It honestly, I think the only thing I wasn't huge on, I love crispy, like spicy tuna, crispy rice. It's one of my favorite things to get at Japanese places. More recently, a place we like to go to, they'll put it on the hash brown, which is so odd, but so tasty. That was like the only thing I wasn't fond of at the place. But other than that, it was pretty good. And then I saw Reimu Endo merch at Kikanoa. It was post-grad for Reimu, but I got a Petra keychain instead because I love Petriger. And if they had Lazulite or Etheria, I totally, because Lazulite and Etheria are my favorite gens. They didn't have, I also would have loved Illuna too. I love Illuna. I was surprised they didn't have Hololive. I think my friend went to Kikanoa recently. She went to one in Atlanta. She got Hololive stuff, and I was so jealous. I was so upset she got Hololive stuff. I was like, you should have told me. You should have told me, and I would have asked you to buy me something. But I'm very excited. I know I'm gonna come back with a suitcase full of Hololive stuff when I go to Japan, because I'm going this winter. And I think I'm going to Japan and I'm going to Korea. So normally I try to stream a lot more in the winter, like I do the summer, but streaming in the winter will be a little shorter than usual because I'm not gonna really be making content when I'm in Japan or Korea. When I talk a lot, I don't know why, when I talk a lot, I always get congested, and it's the weirdest thing, and I don't know why. But I probably won't be making content when I'm in Japan or Korea, just because I'm gonna be so focused doing like touristy things and going places. At most, I might make a vlog. I don't really know. I haven't figured that out yet. I just know I have $60 saved for Japan and Korea. I know I'm getting birthday money for it, so I really want to buy Tomodachi Life, but I'm saving. Though there is a store I want to go to in Cali. We went to this Korean mall, well, quote unquote Korean mall. They have a store there, and they sell Star Rail. And I want to get Kafka merch. I want to get Kafka or Herta, because I love Kafka and I love Herta. So I might try to go there, because they might have VTuber stuff. It's very nice. I hope we can visit Cat Cafe. Maybe that deer. I think Nara Park is on our list. So I want to go there, or either try to get to the Philippines at the moment. I know, I think on our list, we were gonna go to the Pokemon Center. Well, at least the stuff I said I want to do. I said I want to do a Hololive Store, Pokemon Center, and I think we're looking at an Otter Cafe. And I think Nara Park is on our list. So the funny thing is, so my college town does have a cat cafe. So I have been to cat cafes before. At least the states I've been to, you can find cat cafes. So I don't think my parents would want to do cat cafe just because they're like, we have those in the states. If you want to go to cat cafe, you can just go to one of the states. So it's like, fine, I'll pick something different. And it was really funny because I got a phone call about it. And my mom's like, so what animal cafes do you want to go to? Do you want to go to the Chupacabra cafe? And I was saying that, I was like, Mom, what's a Chupacabra? I was like, wait a minute, do you mean capybara? So I was like, yeah, capybara cafes. And I was like, I don't know if my mom would like a capybara. So then I decided on otter, because otters are adorable and they're the sweetest things in the world. I love otters. So we picked an otter cafe. My brother might go. Me personally, I don't want him to go, because he and we fight like cats and dogs. And I feel like he's gonna judge me for all my anime interest, because I want to go to a collab cafe. I want to go to a Hololive store. I want to go to the Pokemon Center. I know there's a Nijisanji Nui store. I mean, yeah, but it's a different experience abroad. It's like 7-Eleven. Oh my god, I want to try the egg sandwiches from 7-Eleven. I've been looking at it, and I want to try to make one at home. But yeah, I feel like it would be a different experience. But that's not like an otter cafe, because you can't get otter cafes in the States. Or if you could, it would probably be in California, because everything is in California. I'm so mad that I moved out of California. Like, post-college, in the perfect world, I'd be moving back to California. Because everything happens in California for some reason. FaceCon, Anime Los Angeles, Anime Expo, Hololive concerts. A ton of collaborations are all in LA. For some reason, it's all California. It's always California. Which is such a shame. Why can't the South be treated the same? And then I have no idea what I want to do in Korea. I've only really thought about Japan. I have not put any thought into Korea, because Korea wasn't really confirmed for us. Is we were only gonna go to Korea if my aunt was gonna go too. Because if we went to Korea, it was only probably just gonna be me and my mom. I don't think my brother would go with us to Korea. At least I haven't been told about it. And so it looks like my aunt's confirmed to go to Korea. So now I have to think about things I want to do in Korea. And I've put no thought into that at all. Because we only talked about Japan. And I'm like, oh wait, I should probably make a list for Korea too. Which I have no plan. I think in Korea, I think I'm gonna buy a hanbok, or at least my mom said if I want a hanbok, she'd buy one for me. If you don't know, hanboks, like Japan has kimonos, that's their like traditional clothing. Korea has hanboks. They're super pretty. I know a lot of VTubers will get like, ooh, a kimono model. I'm probably gonna, I think I want to do a hanbok. So I might try to get one before the new year, so I can have it for New Year's kind of time period after. Sounds fun though, either way. It's what your family supports you on your adventures and choices. Um, I think the only reason we're doing Japan is I get guilt tripping them. I'd always ask them, and I'm like, hey, so when can we go to Japan? Or do you think we can go to Japan soon? And I was like, for my graduation present, can we just go to Japan? I don't even care for my birthday and Christmas and graduation. If we combine everything, like my 21st birthday, can it just be Japan? Every chance I got, I'd ask about a Japan trip. I made it known that I wanted to go to Japan. I grilled that in. I cemented the idea. I think my dad wanted to go too, but because I think for my high school grad, instead of a present, we were gonna try to go to Japan, which didn't work. And so now we're trying to go. Well, at least my dad said he put his foot down that we are going to Japan this winter. He said he put his foot down. We're not delaying it. So, and then Korea for me is a huge thing just because my mom's from Korea. So it's kind of, well, she was more raised in the States. She didn't live in Korea that much. She was born there, but she moved over when she was a little kid. But it's still nice to see my cousin, one of my oldest cousins, second oldest. He recently went to Japan and Korea. He thought he was gonna like Japan more than Korea, but he was really surprised. He said he loved Korea more. So, still glad to see they join you. Might try to go with my girlfriend one day. Also want to head to Germany for Tank Fest. Okay, I'm curious. What's Tank Fest? I've never heard of Tank Fest. But I know my dad hates Korea. I don't know. He went there for a wedding and he said he found Korea boring. Because I asked him, because I was looking at studying abroad in Korea, and he would not go to Korea. Like, my dad's going to Japan, and then he's going home right after. He's only going over the Japan part, and then he's going home. But he has to go home anyway, because he has to take care of the dog, and he has to work. But I find it so funny that he's not even considering Korea. He's leaving before we even get to Korea. He does not want to go, and I think it's so funny that he has put his foot down. He refused to go to Korea. And I want to know what traumatized him so much in Korea. I'm gonna have to ask him tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, hey dad, so why do you hate Korea so much? Is TBH me curious? Because my dad doesn't hate a lot of things. He's very chill. I did learn he won't eat liver mush. Because we went to Top Chef. And there's a challenge with liver mush. I think that's what it's called. It's something the state I'm from. But he told me that the one food he won't eat is liver. And I was like, oh, you eat snails, but you won't eat liver, and I was giving him a hard time over it. But, I find it hilarious that he's not even considering Korea. As we're spending, I think, we're in Japan for a little over a week. And then me and my mom are going to Korea. I think it's the same amount of time. I don't know how long we're in Korea for. I think we're gonna stay longer than my aunt because she's not going with us to Japan. She's just going to Korea. But I'm super excited. I'm so afraid I won't have enough money. Though I'm really close to a payout from Twitch. I think I'm a few bucks away from that, so that's really gonna help my Japan funds. I'm labeling it as Japan funds now. Oh, okay. It's supported by Warhammer Company. They showcase tanks in different countries. They have museums or time donated by other groups. They do mock battles as well. It's a big thing for me since I enjoy history, but mainly war history. That sounds interesting. I know there's one thing. Let me see. Ooh, hopefully you can get enough money saved up. How far away from you for your goal? I think in terms of Twitch, I think it's like $2. I think that's it. I think it's $2 for payout, if I'm correct. I always forget that's a thing. TBH, I always forget I'm affiliate. That's something I always forget about. I feel like when I hit affiliate, it was like whole celebration that I low-key forgot. And I just forgot about it. Because I just don't think about things. Because the only things I ever keep tabs on are really VGen. I stare at VGen like my life depends on it. Because I love me commissions are so fun. But I know there's one thing I'd love to go to, which is Design Festa. Emery Chu, who's one of my favorite YouTubers, she goes to Design Festa, which is how I found out about it. And it's so like I feel like if I go to Design Festa, I'd go broke. I feel like my bank account would be in the negatives if I went to Design Festa, which is so sad because it's I'm correct. It's in May, so it's during the school year. But my dream post grad is to go to Design Fest. Because another thing I want to go to is HoloFest. I would just love to go to any Hololive concert, TBH, or just any Hololive event. Love me Hololive. I am just like on the edge if I want to get the tickets to the new concert, the streaming tickets. Like I'm thinking about it, but I'm saving money, so probably not. But because I also don't know if I want to watch the one with the units, because I love the solos. I love watching solos and group performances. So I don't really know what the plan is for that. But I'm so sad I can't go to FaceCon. I love Face Connect, but I think my saving money is gonna end when I go to Charlotte Anime Fest or Charlotte Queen City Anime Con because Jonas Scott's there. Let me pull up stuff that Jonas Scott has done. I remember some of the roles, but I also don't remember all of them. So I think he's on Skate Infinity, but I don't remember 100%. I have to like double check that. So we're gonna look. Where is it? There we go. Behind the voice actors. Let me get us over. So we can look at his stuff. And then just a really creepy double thing. So Jonas Scott. Now we're just in stalker territory. Let's look at the stuff Jonas Scott has done. Let me get my Twitch chat opened. I totally did not drop my phone. You heard nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing fell. So, wait, I didn't realize he's in Twitch. I didn't realize Jonas Scott was in Twist. Oh my god. I did not know that. I did not know he was in Twitch. I didn't know he was in Twitch. I didn't know he was in Twisted Wonderland. Oh my god. Ooh, hopefully he can get enough money saved. Oh wait, I'm so blind. But I didn't know he was in Twisted Wonderland. That's news to me. No, I don't want to open the tab. Let's see. Demon Slayer, Kokushibo. Let's see. Any I recognize. I'm looking. And contemplating for a bit. I think I've settled on the answer, huh? Would you like to hear it? Well, sure. I feel like I'm terrified. But sure. I don't even remember what question I asked. But go right ahead. I don't even remember if I asked a question. Go right ahead. Let's hear it. Loki, I have a terrible memory. I don't remember a thing. Me and my brain are not the brightest things in the world. Hopefully. Oh my god, I'm like adventuring. I didn't realize I had so many options on the phone. Wait, hold on. Let me switch tabs. It doesn't ever show me anything. My phone doesn't show me a thing. Huh? Okay. Why do I have 6 text message notifications? Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. I don't know if... Wait, I'm lost. I'm so confused. I'm so lost. I don't know. Twitch? I don't even know where to check anything. TBH, I'm probably not gonna see this for a while because, Odd money has been taken. I am so confused. Is there a notification I need to look for? I'm so lost. It's bit. Okay, I have no idea what bits are. I don't know what bits. Thank you, thank you. I have no idea what they are. Thank you. Like I said, I'm affiliate, but I don't actually know what anything with affiliate is. I'm also being sent like life updates on Tomodachi. I'm being bombarded with Tomodachi life updates right now because I've been added to all my friends. I'm the only one in my friend group without Tomodachi. But thank you for the bits. It really does not notify me of anything. So, I have no idea what I'm looking for because it doesn't tell me anything. I don't know myself, lol, but if it helps, it helps. It helps. Was doing research, and apparently more money goes towards the streamer through. But I did not know that. I remember looking at bits. I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, but okay. Thank you for the bits. It doesn't. I don't know if I'm supposed to get a notification. Well, thank you. Now the hard part is not spending this money when I go to California. All good. Hope you get a notification for it at some point. I probably will. I'll have to look for. I'll have to do a deep dive. I'll have to do some digging. I'm also looking at what Jonah Scott voices from, because I do this thing. If I'm meeting a voice actor, I like to make some kind of like gift for them before. So I'm like staring at all the voice acting rules. From what I understand, bits are virtual currency. Other than that, I don't know. Me neither. Twitch is a strange land. And on top of that, TikTok's like, I might edit TikTok. It's really funny. So I'm gonna, cause I have a TikTok account for edits, and I've reached 4K on there. I've been at 4K for a while, but I do silly little edits, right? Well, I keep getting like, they'll send me like monetization offers, like ads. Like I got like a hair removal, I got makeup, I got like a meat thermometer, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, so TikTok, I make silly little anime edits. I don't know if you want me to do advertisements for you. Let me pull up the TikTok. I find it so funny that they're reaching out to me when let me open up TikTok. But I do silly little things. Not enough to actually like, I don't know why. Ooh, I misunderstood how I bought bits for myself. Okay, I have no idea what that means. You know what, guys? You learn something new every day. This is a learning experience for everybody, me included. I'm learning things from this right now. I'm learning. Oh, my mouse froze. So, like, oh. I don't know what's going on. I can't even open VTube Studio right now. I think my computer broke. Yeah, it's not fully frozen with me. It's definitely buffering a lot. I can't even click on VTube Studio. Like, VTube Studio is not even opening for me right now. Oh my god. Well, you know what? If I can be heard, that's progress. Because my screen like completely turned green, and then it like broke, and I was just sitting here and I was like, oh, let me just type. I don't know if I can be heard, but my screen has turned green. VTube Studio has broke. I'm gonna forcefully shut VTube Studio, and Which wants me to stop using my the bits were too strong for my computer. My computer can't handle the bits. It's too powerful. Well, we got a frozen model, you know. At least there's something. I made an attempt to. You know what? All I did was try to open up TikTok. God forbid a person opens up TikTok. This is a sign. My computer's not made for this. I remember my friend a while back, they would like raid my they'd raid Twitch. Every time they raided my stream, my computer would crash. Every time I got raided, usually my stream will crash. Which is hilarious, and I find it so entertaining. That is like a coincidence that never stops. Your background is still moving in the chat box, but the model's frozen. Yeah, I currently don't have access to VTube Studio. I'm trying to close VTube Studio. I'm making an attempt to close it, and it's not working. So I'm just gonna continue to eat. Oh my, okay, so I have, thank you. So, okay, so this is what it is. You know what? I'll take it. It might have broken. Bits and TikTok are what destroys Twitch, I guess. Because when we were figuring this out, I also tried to open TikTok, and that completely collapsed my computer. You know, we'll keep going. We'll go as long as we can like this. You know what? I'll take it. Model might be frozen, but you know what? It's something. But thank you for the bits. I'll figure out what this is later. But yeah. So I find this hilarious. You know, we're just gonna, maybe if I flip around, life will get better. I say as I hope. Yeah, I finally figured out how to fire all the bits off. I think so too, and thank you. I don't really know what's going on. I kind of just exist here. And I like to think the model will unfreeze. Oh no, not TikTok. I was just trying to open up TikTok. God forbid a person wants to use TikTok. Has it really been 18 months? Has it? Thank you. VTube Studio is still... Thank you for the bits. I'm trying to close out VTube Studio right now and reboot it. Thank you. I'm trying to reboot VTube Studio. I'm trying to like close it out and reopen it, but it's not even closing out. So I have no idea what's going on anymore. Okay, now what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to manually close it out from Steam. I'm gonna open up Steam and try to manually close it and see if it works. Has it been 18 months? Wait, what has been 18 months? What has been 18 months? I'm so lost. Okay, VTube Studio, you are not working. You are being forcefully shut down. You're very welcome. Hope it helps. But thank you. I hope so I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so I forcefully shut down VTube Studio. VTube Studio has been put in timeout, and we're reopening VTube Studio. So we're gonna see if this works. Okay. Please don't crash again. I don't get no, I can't say that. My mental health can't take the crashes. Okay, we're back. We're back. It fixed itself. There we go, guys. We're back. We're here. We got through the crash. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. We're back, guys. The model's back. All it took was to me aggressively clicking and close out sign on Steam, not more TikTok bits. I've learned my lesson. I'm never opening up TikTok on stream ever again. And that is a new rule, guys. TikTok cannot be allowed near Twitch. It causes Twitch to break. You gotta be careful. We can't risk it. Apparently it can't handle either. But supposedly it's just weak. Booba? Yeah, hold on. We can take the jacket off too. I was saying this earlier, but my friend didn't know anything about me VTubing. All she knew was that if we lived together, she was gonna have to deal with this. And so when I showed this to her, she was like, I don't like the booba. She did not like the booba. She was not a fan of the booba. Well, I thought she would be. But she wasn't. Her favorite part were the ears. But yeah, I can take the jacket off. So here's the model. And then you can put the jacket back on. We can take it off. And then there's a really tiny collar. Well, there's a choker. Because why not? Why not wear a choker, you know? Now, you might be wondering, this stream is going past an hour. That never happens. I never stream past an hour. That's because I took a nap today. I took a nap at the ripe time of 4 o'clock. Well, no, it was... I fell asleep sometime around 3. And then I woke up at 4. And I tried to go back to sleep. Because at college, I got into a good habit of napping halfway through the day. I became like a master napper. I perfected the art of napping. Except the only difference is the curtains I had in the dorm were like, I have blinds, so there's like little gaps in between. But I had just one, I had like, what's it called? I'm thinking of the name. It was like just one long sheet, so it let no light in. So it's like perfect napping environment. This is not perfect napping environment. Light can get in even if I have it shut. Like my blinds are shut, but if it was during the daytime, I would still get light in. So in the afternoon, it's still pretty bright, which is not peak napping time. That's not a good napping environment. You don't want to nap when it's light outside. Unless you're exhausted, then I say nap. Nap, queen. Nap if you can. But I was like, I used to be an anti-napper. Like, I refused to nap. And then this year at college, I became a pro napper. I think it's also because I didn't have a roommate, so it was like no one keeping me awake. But I became a napping pro this school year. Sadly, I got my own bedtime. I'll wake up at 4 for work. So good night, y'all. Have a splendid day. Love the VTuber model. Catch you next time. Have a good night. Thank you. Good luck at work tomorrow. Luckily, I don't have a job. All I do, well, technically I have commissions to work on, but that's my job and it's a nice job. Because I wake up, I decide, do I want to work on this right now? Except tomorrow, I have everyone's worst fear at the dentist office. And my worst fear has always been the same. I'm always so afraid I have a cavity. That's like my number one fear in life is a cavity. And sometimes, like, I'll have like an ache in my mouth. I'm like, oh no, I have a cavity. And then I'll go to the dentist and it's not a cavity. And I'm like, oh, phew. There was one time I was in no pain. I was like, oh, I'm not in pain. I'll be fine. I'm like, oh, you have a cavity. I was like, no. The one time I wasn't in pain, I did. So whenever I have like a pain, I always get paranoid that it is a cavity. Because I do everything I can to prevent it, and it still happens. Lucky, good luck at the dentist. Thank you, I'll try. Because my mouth is in like a little bit of, well, it's like, it's a weird kind. It's not really pain. It's like, usually, if I'm laying on my cheek and I move my cheek, it'll hurt. Or if I take a nap and I wake up, it'll hurt. And I think I legit, I never talked to ChatGPT, but I needed answers. So I went to ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, so this and this is happening. Do I have a cavity? Am I doomed? And they're like, well, we don't think so, but you could. I was like, oh, that doesn't help my confidence at all for tomorrow. But I think my dentist appointment's at like 11, and I'm leaving the house at 9. So it technically is an early day tomorrow, but my nap got me through. My nap came in clutch. Oh, I probably will go to bed sooner than later, just because I'd leave the house by 9 a.m. Every college student's worst fear is having to leave the house early. I would love not to leave the house tomorrow, but unfortunately, I have my dentist appointment. I'm so mad about that. One thing I hate is when I come home from school and I immediately have an appointment. Because I came back Wednesday and I already have a dentist appointment. Can't a girl chill for a bit? Can't I relax and enjoy summer without having someone like try to murder me at the doctor's office? And then the only good thing about this week is that I'm getting my hair dyed. I love hair color. I love getting my hair dyed. It's always so fun. I will like yap about that for days. Though, one thing I'm super excited for with this hair appointment is ever since I moved to the state I live in, we've gone to the same hair person. Now he's a super chill, super nice guy. I love him. He's my gossip buddy. However, I'll show him photos and he never follows what I ask him for. He'll always like just give me the same haircut consistently every time. There's one time I really hated the haircut, and then he goes, "You and your mom have the same haircut," and I was like, that was like a critical hit. KO. I was not having it. I was like, no, I don't want to look like my mother. I don't want the same haircut as my mother. Because I would show him a wolf cut, and I would just like walk out with like a Karen haircut, basically. Like he never followed any of the haircut references I gave him. So we're going to a different place. Well, I'm not getting my hair cut. I at least like to think that maybe, just maybe, they'll do what I want them to do with my hair. Because I'm paying money. I'd love to pick what I do with my hair. Then we'll have to see. We'll have to see how lucky I am. Because TBH, me's not where? I was eating a chocolate. Oh. I was crumpling the wrapper I was eating. But I'm hoping they listen to me. Because I would love that. I'd love to decide my hair. Which is such a simple request. Which somehow proves to be difficult. I had another hair cutter when I lived in Cali. He also never did the I think the only time that he personally gave me the haircut I wanted was when we didn't go to some fancy like haircut place. Because me and my mom get our hair cut at the same place. But I got a wolf cut and we went to this like alternative like haircut place. And that's the only time they gave me the haircut I wanted. And I asked for a wolf cut. And then I tried to style it the night of and I burned my hand for straightener, and ever since then I refused to use a straightener. And so when I was in I want to get my hair cut. And I was looking at alternative haircut places where I go to school, and I was like, I want to get my hair cut right. I want to get it done right. I'd love to get my hair cut how my mom's cut, like this I'm like long in the front, short in the back. I love jellyfish haircuts. I adore, my favorite thing to draw are wolf cuts, hush cuts, and jellyfish haircuts. I don't really know what you call this. Like, short in the front. Now that I'm thinking about it, it looks a lot like Lumine from Genshin Impact. That didn't dawn on me till just now. But, yeah. So, I'm hoping to get I love drawing jellyfish haircuts. They're so fun to do. Oh, my phone's about to die. That's not a good sign. Also checking my email. And I'm checking my... Why am I being called evil in my group chat? Hold on. So, because all my friends, I said this earlier, all my friends have Tomodachi Life. And they all put our friend group as me's in there. And apparently my me is being really mean. But you know, my way of showing like I'm best friends with someone is I kind of bully them a little bit. Like that's my way of showing that I'm really close to someone is I'll make fun of them. Like I tell my friend to get hit by a bus. I always being like, F you. I hope you get hit by a bus. That's our friendship. And you know what, he does it back too. And so I'm asking like what happened. They're like, oh, you made me and this person's me sad. And I'm like, oh good. I regret nothing. Cause you know what? That's something I would do. And so my friend, she's very affectionate. And it was really funny because for the longest time she tried to hold my hand and I would like pull my hand away and be like, no, anything but hand holding. And so when I saw her last time before I left, she was like, can I hug you? And I was like, oh no. I was like, fine, you can hug me. So she's hugging me. I'm standing there stiff as a board, drinking water, staring at the elevator like, please save me. It's really funny. I used to be very affectionate in high school. Freshman year, I was very affectionate, and it all like decreased. I think it's because I had no friends in high school that I'd lost the ability to socialize. It's also in high school that I became a VTuber and everything. Cause when I moved, I had no friends. I started making friends for once my senior year, and then I graduated, and I never saw those people. Well, I see them in the summer, but a lot of fights happened in the friend group. Like I graduated, and then fights broke out, and I was like, oh, okay. So, but now all my social skills go to VTubing, and even then at a con, I promoted a convention once, and I had like some people say hi, and I was like, oh, this is scary. I have to socialize with people IRL, and I never promoted a convention since because I was terrified. I think I might try to start promoting more conventions I go to. I might only promote the ones I'm not going to with my parents because they don't really know I do this. Well, they do, but they don't really know it in detail. So, I think if I keep it to myself, I'm safe. Yeah, it's safe if I keep it to myself. So, I know a convention I'm looking at in January. My friend agreed to help table with me at, or he'd just be my helper. So if that goes through, then I might publish that and see if people might come visit for that. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I have like no plans, no nothing. All I have is a dream. That dream is to get sleep. But because I took a nap, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. My friend, it's so good. I regret nothing as in my me being like toxic. My friend said, I'm gonna make you fall in love with the quadratic formula. It's so lost. Why is the quadratic formula in Tomodachi Life? I'm so lost. Who decided to make the quadratic formula as a me? I mean, I'll let fate be fate. If that just happens, that just happens. But like, why is that a thing? Why is the quadratic formula a me in Tomodachi Life? I can't wrap my head around that. Oh, okay. Their partner recommended it. You know what? That makes sense. Oh, and I put the jacket on because low key IRL, I'm kind of cold. So we put the jacket on. So I had another reason for picking the bi pin, and it's because my friends for the longest time thought I was straight. because apparently I don't give off gay. Apparently I just give off straight energy. So I was like, oh, well, we got to change that. We got to fix that. So when I was designing this, I was like, you know what? I want to put some badges on it. That sounds fun. I want the Yuri pin because I have it in my Yuri bag and I love Yuri. But I was like, you know what? We're going to put the bi flag because I feel like I need to put that there. You know, you gotta represent. Gotta let them know what I'm a part of. So, you ain't straight. No, I'm not. I am bi. I know. Oh yeah, you guys get a little close about the booba there. That's like the only way to show the badges. They just so happen to be next to the booba. But no, I'm not. Surprise, surprise. I swing both ways. I love me women. I love me men. I do have a preference for women. I love women. Love me women. I love my wife Skirk. I love my wife Sibai. I love my wife Kafka. I love my wife Herta. I love my wife the Sarista. I love my wife Lucia. I love my wife Raiden Shogun. I love my wife Kaya from Genshin. Yeah, so yeah, so surprise. You know what? No, this isn't a debut stream. This is a coming out stream. Now the cat's out the bag. Now, if my parents ever find my Twitch, they will know. You know what? This is how I come out to my parents. I don't tell them myself. They're just gonna, if they ever stumble upon this and they connect the dots, then you know what? That's enough. I'm not even gonna tell them. They're just gonna have to. It's gonna be a scavenger hunt. They're gonna have to find themselves. Everyone did hard work. They're gonna have to find it. Surprise. But if I wanna hide it, you know, if I wanna go undercover, if I wanna stay in the closet and go undercover, boom. You'd never know. You'd never know. I was not. I was. You'd never know I was in the closet with this one. You'd think I'm straight like this, and I'm like, surprise. I'm not. Bam. See, I have a disguise, guys. I'm a super secret agent. I have a disguise. If I want to be straight, boom. If I don't want to be straight, boom. Off and on, my disguise. When I was designing this, I really only designed this with the jacket. And I was like, but I kind of want the jacket toggle. So when I designed it, it looked like this, right? And I was like, I gotta do something with the jacket off. But overall, I love my favorite part though. I love the pants. The pants are like some of my favorite parts of this model. It's so cutesy. Everything about this model turned out so cute. I feel like it's very much me because I'm very, I guess, like tomboyish essence in the fashion I wear. Like baggy jeans, sweatpants, baggy tees. It's all baggy. I feel like this comes together really well. So I will probably be ending stream pretty soon because I want to go to bed because I have to wake up early tomorrow. So I gotta do some cleaning before clean people come here because I was supposed to clean today and I forgot. So I'll probably be ending stream soon. So hold on. Let me pin something. Before I end stream though, I will be releasing debut merch. I need to draw it first. So once the illustrations are done, I will be releasing debut merchandise. Hopefully, if like money works out, I will be buying my debut merch and doing an unboxing stream together. So you can expect things like a print, acrylic standee, badge, keychain, the whole package. I will be doing a bundle as well. The bundle will be a limited time thing, so yeah, but keep an eye out for the debut merch. Finally doing it. Thank you to AC Goods for being a print on demand shop. They work with Woo Acry. And thanks to them, I have now can make my own merchandise, which is something that has been on a goal of mine. Normally, I would put that on my goal in the slideshow, but it's already a reality. I just need to draw it. But yeah, so thank you for those who tuned in. I will be heading to bed now because I'm tired. And I gotta make sure I wake up early tomorrow. And I want to watch some documentaries. So thank you for those who tuned in. I will be heading to bed. But thank you. Have a good night. And as soon as the debut merch is done, I will be posting the link on Twitter. And the link will be in my chat, probably for a good chunk after, just so you guys can always see it and always know that the debut merch is there. And you guys have a piece of me wherever you go. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye bye.